What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today I want to talk about the video on King Ganda channel. They talked about guy says that this is the reason why Africans are at the bottom, right? And very interesting conversation. And I see that we keep having these conversations about why. I feel like those questions have been answered, right? Honestly, I feel like those questions have been answered, and we're at the point where we actually supposed to move past it now that we already got the answer. We already know that African people as a whole, we're gullible. We're gullible people, right? We thought that those other people were like us. That's one of the biggest mistakes that we've ever made. We think that other human beings are like us. We were too accepting. We invite everybody who seems cool enough to the cookout, right? Because we took for granted the multicultural life we were already living in Africa as various different peoples who just so happens to be of, a brown complexion, right? We didn't see ourselves as one big glob, one big group of people, right? We saw ourselves as different people. We just all had the same, relatively the same different, hues and whatnot. So when another hue comes along, another race comes along, look a little different, we don't even bat an eye really, unless they're like extreme, like a super pale white guy, that's pretty interesting. But for the most part, we're just accepting everybody. Like, hey, come on in. Hey, you want this here? And we just give it away. Because Africans have been living in abundance when it comes to resources for so long, we didn't even appreciate the resources that we had. We got plenty of it here. Take some. We didn't think that they had such a vicious mentality, right? We didn't think that at all, right? And then we let ourselves get taken advantage of by everybody. And we're too goddamn nice. We have the capacity, honestly, African people, we have the capacity to be tyrants on this planet. If we had the same attitude as Europeans and some Asians, we could be tyrants on this planet. We got the numbers, we got the resources, we got the intellect, we got everything to be the just worst group of people on this planet and just go and we could pillage every country, destroy every civilization and take over all their land and just dominate the whole planet and we could do that if we had that European mindset. We don't. We have a communal mindset. I keep trying to tell people our communal mindset is it's a blessing, but it's also a curse because we allow other people to join our communities. They join our communities, then they take from our communities, and they start to slowly but surely put it in their communities. But when it's time to reciprocate, when we go to their communities, they shun us immediately. You see, everybody want access to blackness. Everybody want access to black culture. And they actually, if you notice in this day and age, people actually get mad when we get upset that that we get upset when they appropriate our culture. People, they actually get upset that we don't allow them to be in our culture. They get offended, like, oh, what do you mean we can't share in your culture? Because we have obviously everybody's attracted to our culture for whatever reason, right? But when we try to go and interact or be with or connect with their culture on their land, oh no. Because they want to preserve their culture. They want to preserve everything about them. Now, in King Ganda, they was bringing up Japan and all these countries. But here's the thing. Just like African people being communal and supposedly we at the bottom, we ain't no fucking, first of all, we ain't at the fucking bottom. All right, let me just, that type of thinking, that shit needs to, we're not at the bottom. We've been taken advantage of. All right, and we're on our way, hypothetically, back up, taking control of our agency and our resources and our identity, right? That's what we're gonna do. All right, we're not in the fucking bottom. I'm tired of these people keep projecting and pushing us at the bottom. No, we're going through some shit just like everybody's going through some shit. Who ain't at the bottom? I want somebody to point me a country where the citizens are doing absolutely amazing and great. Because last time I checked, in the greatest country in the world, everybody here is suffering. Last time you go to Japan, you want to talk about Japan? The people in Japan are suffering. All the society is totally suffering. They work twice as hard as Americans for less. They don't have shit. They're killing themselves, right? There's the structure of their societies. They're non-communal. Everybody need to work for the boss. Everybody need to show discipline and on that whole thing that keeps them a homogenous group of people. Guess what? The downfall to that is that their population's on an irreversible downturn, meaning they are going extinct. So the policies and the things they implicated in their homogeny, they're going extinct. So yeah, they don't let you be citizens in your country because they want everything about to be the Japanese. But guess what? Ain't but 5 left Japanese people left now. Guess that's what it is. Europe, same shit. Europe, they're racist towards anybody to come in. They want to stay homogenous. They want to keep Europe. White. They want to keep it white. But guess what's happening in Italy and various other European countries? Right. They're having a hard time doing that, right? Because their lack of community and working together, despite their governments taking resources from various different melanated countries, mainly African countries in the continent of Africa. But guess that double-edged sword does something else. Because the citizens don't benefit from that. Just the rich, well-to-do, the ones that have been benefiting for hundreds of thousands of years, the same families, the same corporations, the same groups, right? So the people themselves are suffering. So that's why Europe is having an irreversible, Europe and Japan have an irreversible population decline. So their policies is causing them to go extinct. While our policies, though we are naive and, we share everything and, we do this and we capitulate and we bring in other people's culture and we admire some of their things and all that stuff. And we may not speak in our own language all the time because we speak in other language, but language has never been an issue for Africans. Africans speak 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 languages. We understand we were colonized and that's why we speak English or France. And that's why I'm speaking English right now. And that's why Haitians speak French. We understand that. Okay, that's language. But guess what? Language is always transferred throughout history. There's nothing we can do about language. Language is fine. All right, yes, it would be better to be learning in an African language. But the reality is we're learning in this language, the English language, and the French language, and any other language that we have. Yeah, we should make sure we elevate and highlight our African languages. So we should make sure that we're learning those languages. But at the end of the day, it don't freaking really matter. As long as we're able to communicate effectively with each other and still gain the knowledge and skills to excel as a group of people. Because the only thing constant is change. Culture always changes. Culture never stays the same. So anybody trying to hold on to a homogenous culture or non-homogenous, it's never going to happen. It's a dead mission. And Africa is right. Soon enough, 1 in 5 human beings are going to be Africans. In about a few years, guys. Come on. Right? So if we're at the bottom, we're going to be the only ones here. Who's going to be at the top? The 5 white dudes that's still alive? Huh? Elon Musk and his descendants? Freaking Jeff Bezos and his descendants? Like, who else is going to be left? Because everybody else is suffering and going away. So, no, we're not at the bottom. We've been discombobulated. We've been distracted, right? We've been taken advantage of. But we're not at the bottom. We're not at the bottom at all. Because many societies who look like everything is great, they're not doing very well. Go to their country, see what's really happening. Not what you see on the news, not the propaganda. See how the people are really living. See which one of those lives would you actually rather live. Which society has the best quality of life? Honestly. Now, I'm not saying Africans have the best quality of life. I'm just saying, but some African countries, they do have the best quality of life compared to some other countries that we like to tout as first world nations that's doing all this and doing all that and keeping their shit together. You see, we Africans don't have to worry about our population. We don't have to worry about certain shit. So it's not a priority to us. But other people like Japanese, it's like their population is small. Chinese, they have a large population, but they're also on a irreversible decline. So all this progress that they've been making, all this so-called supposed economic progress that they've been making, there's a downfall to that. There's a downfall to capitulating to Western standards. When you do that, you mess up the family dynamic. When you mess up the family dynamic, you can't repopulate, your population goes down. Because guess what? All the women are working just as hard as the men. The women are working freaking 16-hour days like the men. Ain't nobody got time to have babies, to go out to have a nice meal, to go out and go on vacation, to go enjoy their life, to go explore the arts and the sciences, the things that they're interested to do in their life. Ain't nobody got time for that no more. Everybody's slaves. Everybody's a slave. Everybody is a slave for the corporations, the multinational corporations. So everybody's at the bottom. So I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Now, a lot of these other countries, they're very racist, right? A lot of these European countries, a lot of these Asian countries, they're very racist because they're homogenous, because they're not used to seeing other people. Africans, we've been used to seeing other people for a long time. It's not as shocking to us. But as a black person, there's countries that you can go visit and you'll be the tourist attraction in their country just by walking around because they've never seen one before. There's places in America where white people has never seen a black person in real life. That's just how it is. So I think as African people, yeah, we're naive. We invite too many people to cook out and we need to tighten up, right? We need to have the cookout just before us for a while, right? We need to cook just for us. You know, the macaroni and cheese need to be just for us, right? Just the beans and the hot dogs and the hamburgers need to be just for us. The ugali and the fufu and the pounded yam need to be just for us. All right, the oxtail need to be just for us. All right, I'm just saying. So yeah, I just vehemently and categorically disagree. We're not at the bottom. Not at the bottom. Everybody's at the goddamn bottom. We're just in a situation that we're trying to get ourselves out of. And with that, and in order for us to get out of that situation, what's going on, man? In order for us to get out of that situation, we just have to not be so naive and think that everybody else has the same type of culture like us, that everybody has that communal thing like us. And we have to also take in consideration that we can't invite everybody else to the cookout because everybody don't have, you know, our good interests at hand. Everybody's not an ally, even if they pretend to be an ally. Some people just want to be around us and like succubuses and suck all of our cultural energy away, and they want to take it back and make money and monetize it. That's what they want to do. They want to go on vacation into the black world, enjoy themselves, and then go back to their world. But they don't want you in their world, all right? So anyway, that's all I got to say for now, guys. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something, I'm out.